R21 malaria vaccine made by the Serum Institute of India has been approved by NAFDAC. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. This are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the R21 malaria vaccine made by the Serum Institute of India has been authorized by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, Director General of NAFDAC, made the announcement on Monday during a news conference in Abuja. Nigeria is now the second country after Ghana to accept the novel malaria vaccine produced at the University of Oxford. Professor Adeyeye stated that the vaccination is suggested for the prevention of clinical malaria in children aged 5 to 36 months. She added that the government expects to receive at least 100,000 doses of the vaccine in donations shortly. At number 2, aviation unions commenced a 2-day strike action on Monday, leaving many activities in the aviation industry halted. Union members have blocked the gates at the Murtala Mohammed Airport's domestic terminal, stranding several travelers. This follows a meeting scheduled by the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority that resulted in a stalemate, with the unions insisting on continuing the strike. Captain Musa Nuhu, Director General of Civil Aviation, convened the meeting to persuade the unions to call off their planned 2-day warning strike. The union has further threatened a total shutdown on Tuesday. At number 3, candidates from 3 political parties, the Labour Party, the African Democratic Party, and the People's Democratic Party, have rejected the All Progressive Congress candidate Akarachi Amadi as the winner of the Saturday supplementary election in Mbaitoli, Ikeduru, Federal of Imo State. Chinonso Uba, the ADC candidates, claimed that the Independent National Electoral Commission rigged the election in favor of the APC candidates. Also, the Labour Party candidate Uche Ogbuagu accused INEC of bypassing the bimodal voter accreditation machine system and allocating votes to the APC candidate. The returning officer for the election, Professor Boniface Okoro, had on Sunday declared the APC candidate the winner of the election, having scored the highest number of votes of 21,372. At number 4, the Committee to Protect Journalists and the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center have criticized the conviction of 2 Nigerian journalists, Gidado Yushao and Alfred Olufemi, for publishing a drug abuse report. In 2019, Gidado, editor of News Digest and convener of Campus Journalism Awards, and Alfred, a freelance reporter for Premium Times and Punch newspaper, were arrested. The prosecution followed the publication of an investigative report in 2018 claiming Indian hemp smoking by employees at Hillcrest Agro-Allied Company, a rice plant in Kwara State. Reacting, the CPJ described the conviction as a chilling message to the Nigerian press and highlights the urgent need for authorities to reform the country's laws to ensure journalism is not criminalized. CISLAC Executive Director and Head of Transparency International Nigeria, Awal Musa Rafsanjani, described the conviction as an inglorious attempt to muzzle the press and investigative journalism. At number 5, the Lagos State Governor Election Petition Tribunal has granted the Labour Party's gubernatorial candidate Gbadebo Rootstv an ex parte application for substituted service on the state governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Through their lawyer, Olagbade Benson Rootstv, the Labour Party notified the tribunal that Sanwo-Olu avoided service of the petition by the court's bailiff. They said that when the court official arrived at Sanwo-Olu's office to serve him, he refused to receive the paper from the bailiff. The petitioner had challenged the outcome of the March 18 governorship election in Lagos State. At number 6, 1,336 suspected cases of cholera, including 79 fatal cases, have been reported by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control so far in 2023. This was stated by the NCDC in its most recent epidemiological update on the cholera situation on Monday. According to the study, suspected cases were reported by 12 states and 43 local government districts, with a case fatality rate of 5.9%. Abia, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Cross River, Ebonyi, Kano, Katsina, Niger, Ondo, Osun, Sokoto, and Zamfara are the 12 states that have been reported instances in the nation. The World Health Organization reports that cholera infections are still being reported in at least 24 countries. At number 7, the kidnap of Popola Olasupo, an officer of the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, who was purportedly abducted on Sunday, has been confirmed by the Ogun State Police Command. Olasupo, while on his way to his job station, was reportedly abducted at 6:30 a.m. along the Eledumare-Fidowo junction of the Lagos-Ibadan highway. According to reports, the kidnappers shot at a commercial bus after coming out of the woods with the purpose to abduct. Abimbola Oyeyemi, the police public relations officer, confirmed the kidnap. He promised that the victim will be safe and warned the perpetrators to keep away. At number 8, as the battle between the army and paramilitary groups commanded by competing generals continued for a third day, with the death toll reaching 100, explosions shook the capital of Sudan, Khartoum, on Monday. after weeks of power conflict. Sudan's armed head Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and his deputy Mohamed Madan Daglo, who is in charge of the potent paramilitary rapid response forces, exploded in violence over the weekend. International calls for the urgent ceasefire have been sparked by the violence, which has included airstrikes, tanks on the streets, artillery fire, and heavy shooting in populated areas of Khartoum and other Sudanese towns. At number 9, the hearings in the former president's corruption trial were abruptly deferred, and the issue was postponed on Monday morning when he arrived at the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in the Pietermaritzburg. Due to allegations by Zuma's legal team that he had strong opinions about the state's case, Judge Piet Koen withdrew from the case. Judge Nkosinathi Chili took over the hearings on Monday. In relation to the armaments transaction, Zuma has denied all allegations. Finally, at number 10, according to the World Bank, Nigeria's ongoing budget deficit has increased the country's overall public debt, with 96.3% of tax income expected to go towards debt service in 2022. This is according to the bank's short macro poverty outlook for Nigeria, April 2023. The bank said that all around 30 million Nigerians will become impoverished between 2019 and 2025 due to CBN's Naira redesign policy's cash shortage, which hindered the nation's attempts to reduce poverty. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.